Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chagozi Madindo and this is Choices with Chichi. And I'm here with my sister. Oh yeah, Ide.
Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Precious Adejmobi and thank you for inviting me.
Thoughts by April. If you haven't watched our first video, you're Jonesy. Stop, click on the link that just appeared, watch it so that you understand why we're doing part 2, because today we're going to be talking about culture shock part 2. Okay, and when we left off last week was when we were talking about welfareism.
Yeah.
Big deal. I think for me the difference is that the welfare system in the US is institutional.
Right.
It's government, it's individuals, it's the churches, it's everybody. And I there was something I read, and they said that the strength or the greatness of a country is in its ability to take care of its weakest. And I think for that, honestly, America is a great country. Nobody's left behind. The whole infrastructural system is tailored to take care of every single person. You get leg, get leg, you're able to think for yourself, or you have some measure of disability or inability, like whatever your problem is, the system has already gone ahead of you to cater for you. It's amazing.
It is.
I see people in the community where I live who attend the U of O and probably have issues maybe with their leg. They bring like cars to pick them up. The cars are automated to pick them from for me, it blows my mind. And these things are for free. And these are some of the things you also enjoy as a member of this community. Then now that we even have like free students cars. Yeah.
Oh yes, is it dock rides?
Yes, dock rides. So if you're going somewhere, you just book them ahead of time, they'll come and pick you. And the idea is to make sure that all the students are safe.
I think from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight.
12 midnight.
Yeah. Just
to make sure that you're safe at night. Like you are entitled to free pick up and drop off. Like very tush cars. Like they really take people seriously. I think for me, the culture shock was just being in a society that sees you for who you are, sees you, treats you as a human being,
Right.
takes care of you, is mindful of you. That one shocked me.
It shocked me too.
Yeah.
To be honest, there are still people who are like unhoused. There is a major problem of homelessness.
Yeah.
In quote in the city where we're in, Eugene, and I think in cities around us too, in Oregon. But still, like there are so many programs that cater for these people. You see churches like our church, for instance, one of the churches that we attend.
One of the churches.
That church that we like go to. We have like a drive, and then we have food. We give out food to people. There are so many people who do this. There are food pantries where people can just go to, unhoused people can go to get food, no payments required. People like do this coats drive, winter drive, give people coats, and there are so many people who are just reaching out to people who are unhoused and all to just make sure that yes, you're on the streets, but you're still catered for a little bit. Although I know that there could be more, at least try to get them off the streets.
Yeah. Especially this period, this winter period.
Still, people are doing so much work. If we're going to be honest, people are doing so much work. And that is fascinating because in Nigeria, where we are from, you mostly have to look after yourself. Yeah. So it was just good to be able to experience that here.
And then that's not to say that there aren't people who reach out in Nigeria.
Of course.
I just feel like you reaching out in Nigeria is more individualistic and maybe private organizations like churches,
NGOs.
mosques, NGOs. See what happened now during COVID.
Yes, with the palliatives. Let's not even start.
Yeah. Let's not go into there where the government hoards what is supposed to be given to the citizens. I know we're getting there as a country, and I know that a lot of changes are going to happen in this coming decade. I have no doubt about it, honestly.
In Jesus' name.
Honestly.
People vote, please.
Vote right. Okay. Vote right.
Please.
Vote right.
Please.
So,
Please. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
and God bless.
Amen.
Moving on to the next
let me talk about this one.
Yes.
Pets. So there are pets in Nigeria, like people have pets in Nigeria, dogs, or They are even breeders as well, like pets. This place. I cannot walk 30 seconds like this. One dog will just appear. I'm like, guys, you guys just chill. Please. Pets, some people. I was asking people, like, I was just very interested because I had seen like millions of dogs and cats on the streets, and I was just like interested, asking people, "How many pets do you have?" And people say, "I have 5 cats and 2 dogs. I have guinea corn, fish, and somebody even said, is it tarantula? I can't remember. One very
Weird animal.
I'm like, dude, are you trying to open a zoo? Like, what's your problem? Why do you have so many
Yeah,
animals?
it's
Like
a
in Nigeria,
thing.
if you're feeding a dog, like not bingo,
Like
you know that
dog.
you're spending money. But
Yeah.
these people, like, they don't care. The
Yeah.
dogs get the
Mhm,
best care.
mhm,
They
mhm.
look like I don't even want to that money that I'm not spending on myself. These people are spending on their dogs, but they're so pet.
And let me shock you. Someone was telling me that her dog was in therapy. I was waiting for your facial expression. The dog was having mental health issues. The dog was
How
overwhelmed.
did they know?
My sister, like, you want to ask me now? You ask me.
Wow. Like I'm not trying to invalidate any of these things. It's possible that the dog was having mental issues. True, like true, but come on.
People should leave me. But
Come on.
it's a thing.
Maybe we just don't understand it. Like,
Maybe
because we don't
it
have
just
that
shock us.
in Nigeria.
We're not saying it's wrong. We're not saying it's good. We're just saying these are the things that you just.
It shocked me. Why do you have 5 dogs?
And you know that if you
Or
really
5
want to be,
cats?
some people, their level of like your ability to be close to them is when you be like, "How's your dog?" They're like,
Yeah.
"Thank you
Like
for
I legit,
asking."
I would never do this in Nigeria, but here I ask people like, "How's your bird? How's your cat? How's your dog?" Why?
Someone jokingly said that the hierarchy of importance the government places on people and things is this way: children, women,
Mm. What about the elderly?
dogs
Oh no.
before men.
Are you serious?
You're not joking, no. You're
But
not
yeah, like,
joking.
it's just fascinating to see.
Like animals here have a lot of rights.
Yeah.
Don't even stone any pigeon.
Please
No.
don't try it. Don't
No
go
stone
and catch.
chicken.
Don't go and catch. What's that in squirrel? I say you want to do so I mean you want to fry. They catch you.
Don't. If it be that the dog or the squirrel you're catching has more rights than you, like you don't want to do it. Okay, jokes apart, guys, but for real, pets, the pet life here is intense, is real. And I also just discovered that a lot of people have these dogs as like guard animals, like helping them move around.
Yeah, I think service animals.
Service animals, thank you. That's
But
what
the
I was
funny thing,
looking for.
I'm sorry for interrupting
Yeah.
you. I have seen like so many service dogs here
Mm-hmm.
that are usually very distracted. Usually, service dogs that I know, maybe I don't have
to be focused.
all the knowledge about this because I'm not an animal pet. I really don't care about animals, to be honest. Like, they're not my thing.
Don't worry, don't care about them. It's okay. It's okay.
So, like, I've seen service animals. What I know is service animals are supposed to be like serious. You know, you don't even touch them, you don't pet them, you don't greet them. Here, the person that the animal is servicing will be chasing the dog, and it makes me laugh. So I have to ask somebody like, why? And the person was like, oh, like some of them are just they're not really for like. So there are different kinds. There are those for people who have some kind of disability. That you know, if somebody's blind, then the dog is able to help them, and that dog has to be serious. But for somebody who has like mental health issues, they just need like a companion. So the dog doesn't have to be like serious. I'm like, okay, this one is new. But yeah, like it's just fascinating to see the importance that people place on animals.
The service animal thing is even a culture shock. Because in Nigeria, we are used to dogs
in my entire
as
life
pets.
In Nigeria, I think I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 service dogs.
You even know about service dogs in Nigeria?
Yeah,
you're really tush. You grew up in Ikoyi.
No,
where do you take service dog?
I don't even know, but like
if I heard about the concept,
I know that there are service.
You're very tush. Where I'm from, I don't know service dog. As in, you joke about pets and you joke about bingo, the one that roams on the street. But yeah, I didn't know about service dogs, and it was interesting to see. It just shows also that there's some form of advancement here where people are able to lead very successful lives with the help of animals, and I think that's very ingenious. Right? So, yeah, the pet culture. Moving back to academic culture, shock. I think just being able to call your lecturer by name, and sometimes they insist. It used to hurt my mouth. If I'm mistakenly call you Uncle Tom,
Daddy, good morning.
Daddy, I'm telling you.
Can I?
They're like, oh no, just I mean, you can call me Smith.
I need to tell you a story somewhere.
Tell me.
On my first day of school, on my first day of school, like this, I was coming out of my office. I was supposed to be attending a class that I was teaching. Is that the word? I was assisting the professor with. So like when I go to the corridor, the professor I was supposed to go to class with was coming out of our office. So it was our first contact. We had talked on Zoom, and then it was like our first contact. And so like she saw me, I was like, hey, hi. Of course, what I want to do now. So like I wanted to take her bag
To help her.
to help her. As per say, I will collect my lecturer bag now. But I just in my head I was like, precious, this is America, this is America. So I just stopped. And so she was like, oh, can I hug you? I say, hey, you want to hug me? Oh yeah, hug now. And so we hugged and do you know I wrote an article about it? I named it like, should I grab her bag or what? Like talking about how we're just different. Like in Nigeria, I would want to get my professor's bag. I would want to like kneel. Not kneel, but like bend.
Courtesy.
And say, oh hi, good morning, ma, good morning, sir. My professor yesterday,
I'm telling you.
it's so cool. It just makes the relationship very easy to
it's hard. It's hard, honestly. If you've lived your life in Nigeria, it's hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes I still just call them sir. I still just call them sir.
They fall out from my mouth.
Yes, I still just call them sir. And sometimes, other times, I'm like, oh, Professor XYZ, It's hard. It's hard for me. I'm not even Yoruba, but it's hard for me.
It wasn't too hard because, like, of course, in corporate, I just resigned from my job, and like everybody's first name, if you like 200 years old, your name is your name. But here, because of course I already did a master's in Nigeria undergrad too, so like nasty doctor, nasty professor, nasty name, nasty baba. You get some people they call baba mama. So like. That was still a thing, but it was easy for me because they even make it easy.
Yeah,
they make it easy.
They actually do.
They go beyond their class thing. They want to know about you. So like it's as if you're talking to your friend. Yeah. So I think it's really good. It's a really good one.
And then I think it's easy to sip into this other one about the simplicity of life here. I remember when I was coming with my corporate dresses. In law school, by the way, I'm doing my master's in business law. You know how in law school your heel. Is it the talking you want to be talking inside your corporate high waist skirts with your blazer, Let's just say that all those dresses have not really found the expression. We're still waiting for the day we will be,
Do you know that
it's not like you can't. It's not like you can't dress like that.
Nobody's wearing it.
Yes, you just be the only one or two of you.
For like 1 month, I only at the rub makeup go class. Nobody did rub makeup.
I'm telling. Okay, yeah, there's that.
And myself, I stopped. Nobody told me because. So now I just do it when I feel like, hey, I'm feeling jolly today. I use my makeup, but every day I go to rub. They do. Nobody sends me. They don't even see me. I just but myself pack everything I do.
And oh my goodness, that's real.
Yeah.
Because in Nigeria, how can you know? How can you just walk out like that?
Class, I don't go baffle.
Here they're very simple. As long as they want their trousers, jeans, everybody jeans.
That's right.
Wear your running shoes or your trainers or your sneakers or whatever you call it, and a polo jacket, a little bit of cold. They're good to go. So I know that my wardrobe had to change. I kind of felt it was going to be that way, but I didn't know how deep it was. I didn't know that my collar shirts, for instance, and my high waist skirts.
You sell them.
We'll talk about that later. You need to reach out to me if you want them because they're not finding expression. So here they're very simple. They don't even use perfumes because a lot of people have allergies, which is like another.
That's another one.
A lot of people have allergies. Apparently, even if you had like a tendency of allergy in Nigeria, if you come here, if it just be full allergy, maybe asthma self. So a lot of people have allergies here, and so they don't wear like strong scents because you have to consider the people around you.
Yeah.
So if you carry all those perfume, that's Urari from Nigeria.
I did do my perfume. I don't send anybody. Sorry. Allergies. That was like a shock for me. Yeah. Because in Nigeria, I don't know anybody will get allergy.
No, people do. Well, everybody rubs perfume. Like you have to rub perfume now.
You get allergy.
Yeah.
I pray for you. I'll go do my perfume. That one. I know they play with smell of it. Before you go, they smell like groundnut.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
people
goodness.
Have so many allergies, like so many. Another thing that is linked to this, I would not want to talk about it too much, is like mental health issues.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has something.
Yeah.
ADHD, ADD, anxiety. Somebody, they must have something.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is. It's one thing I'm still trying to like figure out why that is. I feel like there's so many causes, but I'm not there yet. I don't really know so much about that yet. But yeah, I was shocked to see that people had
a
all
lot
kinds.
of people are under different medications, attend different therapy sessions.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to balance it out by saying that as a country, Nigerians as a whole need therapy. I don't think we actually deal with the stuff we go through. Amidst grief and just general country, national disaster, we just find a way of making fun of it and moving on.
Media.
And we don't really deal with it. And something happens to our souls, really. You know that the soul of the country is actually the soul of the people. And so if something happens to the soul of the people, then the soul of the country is just a mess. I actually think that a lot of us need therapy. However, the rampant nature it is here is a bit worrisome. And I almost feel like sometimes I'm very uncomfortable with the boxes people are usually forced into. So you have a problem, they must squeeze you into a box. Oh, you have this. Oh, you like.
I even hear people say, "I think I have."
Yes,
I think. I'm like,
but sometimes you don't have anything. Like, I'm not saying these things are not real,
of course,
but I'm just saying that sometimes I think that we blow it out of proportion. And this thing we're talking about boxes is actually a culture shock I passed through, because it was almost like there was a particular way of behaving. And if you do not conform, you're quickly put in a box. If you're too excited, they say this one has ADHD, they don't put you for box. If you're too slow, they say, say, this one, she doesn't laugh a lot, maybe she's depressed. Like sometimes some people are just the way they are. Do you see? So it was a bit shocking. My last culture shock will be on the grading system here, which is totally, it's exciting, it's confusing. In fact, from teaching to grading, I'm going to talk about teaching to grading. Coming from Nigeria, it will shock you.
I'm shocked.
First of all, your lecturer can do with you as a dean fit, in the sense that in Nigeria, you almost know what your lecturer wants you to write in exam.
Test is 40.
Yes, CA is this is this. I had a course, for instance, that all of my 100% was on the on a reflection paper I had to write on my understanding of the course and how I participated.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I liked it because what it did for me was that it made me go through the whether 19 or 20 weeks of coursework and actually remember, reflect, meditate. But it was also very scary because that's 100%.
That's a lot.
I did not build up any CA before then. So lecturers can just grade you. Some can say, everyday quiz, and that's your 100%. Some can say, I'm just going to give you an assignment at this point. So it was just really different. Unlike in Nigeria, where it's more structured. Yes, there are a few freedoms here and there with lecturers, but you can almost predict it. And then I think the second thing about it is that for the teaching methodologies, there's no particular way it can go. In fact, there was one class I went to, from the beginning of the class to the end, it was just different students giving their opinions. I was waiting for the lecturer to tell us what we can write.
Did you?
First class, second class, no notes. First class, no notes. Second class. It's by third class, and I told myself, you better be listening. So what they want you to do is analyze,
engage,
which is very different from where we are coming from. Except you're doing your research paper. And in your research paper, sometimes some supervisors will direct your thoughts. Here, they want you to analyze it yourself. So they are building you to be a leader. They're building you to think for yourself, to come to your conclusions. I absolutely loved it. It was special. To just be given the freedom to think. And then just when I thought it was only me, I met a lot of people from Japan and some countries generally where they're in our jurisdiction too, you're not even allowed to talk. You're not allowed to question your lecturer.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of them, even from Asian countries, they tell you, they want you to learn in a particular way. They tell you what the expectations are. You meet it or else you fail.
Wow.
And so it wasn't us. So that was kind of relieving. But more importantly, I like that this system here teaches you to think and analyze and come to your conclusions. And what it does is that it helps you create a career path for yourself. It gives you permission to consider other things. You're on your own. So it's a lot of hard work, but it's good work. It's profiting at the end of the day.
Yeah, I must talk about the other part of this, the scoring. So I teach and I go to school, I'm a student, and I am getting 99.
How?
In Nigeria, if I get 70,
You're lucky.
we will do Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're lucky. And you're good.
Yes.
So it's not like you're not good in Nigeria. And it's not like they give marks here. Oh. They don't dash you marks. Like you.
You get dash sometimes.
Yeah.
The scoring is very, you know when you say E for effort, right? They recognize your effort. So the fact that you even submitted, you don't get like small
Marks.
so small marks. They're very liberal. Like,
so they're liberal, but I don't think they dash mark.
person they get 99, I get 98. Like my students they get 99 points. I even guess they get 102 because we had to give like extra points for some things.
Oh wow. 102 over 100.
Yeah, like she already had like maximum score, but because we gave extra points,
she now had
it was
more.
already like over. So like they recognize your effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
My highest score ever in Nigeria, maybe 89. And that 89,
you almost died.
I suffered. I'm just being dramatic, but yeah, like, it was so shocking to see.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, for me, because I grade, they'll say, "Oh, like you have to be very liberal. You have to be very." I'm like, in my mind, I want to give this person 2 over 10.
Yeah.
But I'll just say, "Oh, 8 over 10." Yeah, so I think that's something very different. It's good. I like good score. Give me 100 of it.
Yeah, so that's a thing. I hope you enjoyed our video because we enjoyed sharing.
I did.
And we enjoyed, just giving it. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Ask us your questions. And then if you're, somewhere where you've also had your culture shock, please, by all means, feel free to share your own experience in the comment section below. Until my next video, marinate on this, share, subscribe, like, comment.
My wave.
What else?
I'm just trying to tell you, you have to subscribe. Like this woman is doing a lot of hard work. Subscribe, like, share, comment, hype her now, like, and hype me too because I came. Please, Thank you for inviting me. This was so nice.
Take care, guys. God bless you. Compliments of the season. Happy New Year.